I got to tell you right now, man, this is a special day. We've never done this before. We're launching our rocket ship of particles at 4:30 p.m. on a Friday. What are you effing kidding me? And by the way, it's our happy hour broadcast. It is opening day. We're knotted up 8-8, bottom of the 8th right now. We're going to keep you posted as we go along. And because, Tony, it's opening day, before I say hello to you, I got to give an extra special shout out to all of the hardest of the hardcore lining up today, because the game is still going on, and I'm getting these. Our audience is kind of trickling in today. So Rags, I see you and I love you. Noemi, I see you and I love you. Patty in Arizona, love you. John Joseph, all of y'all. Robot Centaur, thank God you guys are here. Otherwise, Tony and I would just be shouting at the wall. But it's great to see everybody.
Totally, man.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Look at Rags right out of the gates. Rags says, my wife texted me this afternoon asking if I wanted to go out to dinner. I said, my answer was, hold on, where'd it go?
Can't see it. It's gone already. Yeah.
No. Where is it? Oh, dude, where'd it go? Shoot. His answer was basically, no, I have class at 7:30.
Well, I appreciate your prompt attendance,
Whoa,
Rags.
Whoa, dude. Hold on a second. Patty, out of the gates. Patty.
Patty, wait, what's going on? Mikey, turn this down. So what does Patty say? Okay, I'll donate 100 because you're hard. Hey, listen, Mikey, you know better. You can't interfere with the particles when it comes to Patty from Napa. She's got to be prompt. She's got to attend class, and we're all in the same ship together. But Patty, thank you, my dear. Thank you. It's very generous on a Friday.
Thank you so much, Patty. That is really generous of you. And happy Friday to everybody. Happy hour. Polly, out of the gates, I just want to give some love to John Joseph out of the gates real quick. He sent us some killer music that I'd love to share later on in the show. Okay. One is called a band called the Diodes from like 1978, like a punk band. Yeah. And another one is called an Australian band called the Drunk Mums.
Okay.
And so dude, I listened to both, Polly, and they're both damn good, man. So seriously, John Joseph, thank you for those. Also, we got Noemi sending us a musical pick today. We have Rising Storm sent us a musical pick. Lily Merchant sent us some goods. Corinne sent us a picture from opening day or from the home opener. So everybody, thank you. pollyspod@gmail.com. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. We will absolutely keep it fresh, keep it live and local, as they say, Paulie.
Or as KRS would say, fresh for 88, you suckers. Dude, By the way, shout out also to Sanchi. Shout out to Lily Merchant. All of our diehards are here. I saw Noemi earlier saying, hey, I got to hop on BART, and she's going to commute home. She's going to be trying to watch a show on BART. I hope that goes well. What's up, NorCal Refrigeration? You're my main man. All right, Tony, before we dive into opening day baseball and the incredible Warrior game last night with Steph Curry putting on a show again on national TV, let's handle some in-house business as we get started on a Friday. I want to talk a little Longbridge pizza.
No doubt.
This is one of those rare days you get to do the 3rd Street two-step. If you're down there at Giants opening day right now, may I make a suggestion? You mosey right on down to Longbridge. You have a pie. You have a couple of cold beers. You enjoy the vibe, that laid-back vibe with the serious pizza Longbridge can provide. And then you go right back to the Chase Center because you got Nuggets at Warriors tonight, another huge game, and then Warriors off tomorrow. They'll see Houston at Chase Center.
That's varsity baller status. If you go to the Giants home opener, Arrow Longbridge, Arrow Chase Center, that is like as good as it gets. That's one of the greatest San Francisco days you could have, really.
And Tony, on that note, what a spectacular day we were gifted for opening day. I mean, there's not a cloud in the sky. It's gorgeous in the city. It's gorgeous up here in the North Bay. And Giant fans, don't you worry, I got you covered. They're still knotted at 8, no outs, bottom of the 8th. Giants are up right now.
And Paulie, runner on second base, 1 out too, by the way. Runner on second. So.
Good. Who is that? I can't see that. Who's on second?
That was Yaz. Yaz is up right now. So is that Bailey? Hang on, I'm trying to see who that is. Oh no, it's Ramos. Dude, Ramos is playing out of his ass.
Ramos having a nice game.
Ramos. How about Lamont Wade, dude?
Hitting his balls off. His balls up, saving it for home cooking, I guess, because he struggled at first on the road, and now he's red hot. He's had 2 doubles and a triple today.
Well, and also, Paulie, remember we talked about him being leadoff? We're like, oh, that's an interesting move. And he struggled on the road. But, dude, first pitch he saw today laced down the right field line for a leadoff double. That was huge. That got the whole ball rolling. And by the way, Paulie, can I just give a great big welcome back as we'll continue Longbridge in a second. But I want to talk later about small ball return today for the Giants.
Another beautiful bunt today. Another beautiful bunt, Tony.
Back-to-back bunts, dude. Back-to-back bunts. I was in heaven. I was in absolute heaven. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm a fan of moving the runners too, dude. I like a nice bunt. Tony ingrained that in my head years ago. He goes, Paulie Mack, listen, you lay down a bunt, chaos ensues, and you're right about that. See, you know where there's not chaos? It's Control Chaos Longbridge Pizza. They're going to take care of all of your needs when it comes to your appetite. Then when it comes to the vibe, they got that on lockdown as well. I've sung the praises of the playlist they play down there at Longbridge because it really is awesome. The whole vibe is great. And by the way, if I don't say this enough, it is definitely family friendly. Bring the kids on in there, and they've got gluten-free options for all of those with sensitivity issues to gluten. They got you covered there as well. The Vibe Tribe is a real thing. Neil, the guy who runs the place, if you haven't had the pleasure of meeting Neil Denardi yet, go in there and give him a fist bump. And by the way, while you're there, a couple of other things, T, and I'll let you finish up. One, approach the counter. Give Karen, you'll see Karen behind the counter. She's always got the big smile on her face. Tell her that you're interested in Paulie's stash. Because out come the chili flakes. Here they come. If you just got to drop that word. And I still think they have some merch set up at Longbridge.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
So go ahead and pick up some merch. If you missed the party last week, we will be talking to Neil soon about Warrior postseason possibilities for another get-together. So that's right around the corner. But, Tony, your thoughts on Longbridge, and we dive headfirst into a Friday happy hour opening day bonanza.
Speaking of the Longbridge / PMP Army merch that is available at Longbridge Pizza, Dom Peralta texted me yesterday saying that the first ever mail order was occurred yesterday.
Thank you. Occurred. It occurred.
Yeah,
yes,
it
yes.
occurred. Well, it happened. It happened.
Yeah.
It was the order was achieved through Dom and Aaron Cask. So thank you guys. But yeah, go to Longbridge. Get their freaking pie. Get their dude, and the beer. I can't emphasize enough the beer because you got the great local breweries on tap. Bear Bottle, Cellar Maker, Original Pattern, Russian River. It's all very good stuff. And Neil knows what he's doing. Andrew knows what he's doing. And the food is second to freaking none. Dom sent us a picture this morning of a loading dock pizza that he got yesterday.
Yeah,
so
that thing looked badass. That thing looked pretty serious. Yeah, give me. You know what? You roll in there and you go like, "Yo, Neil, give me the loading dock, dude."
Totally,
you know, you're pulling out all the stops. So
get into Dubs at home today. Dubs at home Sunday. Get into Longbridge if you're going to the game before or after. And by the way, Dubs Nuggets tonight at 7. Dubs Rockets on Sunday. Boy, oh boy.
Okay.
And, do you want to get in? Do you want to get into Dubs? Because
I do. No, we have to, dude. It's been so exciting, dude. Right now, Tony, I feel really, really good about my Golden State Warriors. And another.
Paulie, stand by. I got to do something. This is housekeeping.
Sure.
Come on,
you're an alpha beta, Paulie. I want to set up the set list.
Okay. Very nice, Tony. Thank you.
There we go. So I'm going to set up the set list, Paulie. And so I just wanted to so we're going to talk Giants, of course. Really, we're going to get into the Dubs right now. We're going to do a couple picks in our bummer bracket in the Elite 8.
Yeah, we got to dive into some brackets. Yeah, for sure. Yes.
Then we have a revamp or a marketing, a repurposing of the particle pick of the week.
Well said.
And then we'll finish it with our musical assignment of the week with musical assignment entries from the PMP Army.
Okay, I love it. And by the way, welcome aboard, Mike Gio. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome aboard. Giants have been retired in the 8th. We're going to the 9th now. Top of the 9th. We're locked up.
Extras, dude. This game is a marathon game, and it looks like it might go to extras. My God, dude.
Well, dude, Seattle's got 13 hits. The Giants have 15 hits, so not exactly a pitcher's duel out there today. And on that note, before we do the dive on the Warriors, because I want to talk Dubs in like 5 seconds, but how did you feel about Verlander today? Any comments?
I just didn't, he was okay. Like, he just had
3 runs in 3 innings. I
think he got squeezed a little bit, especially like a guy like Verlander is kind of like he's not Curry-esque, but I mean like a guy who's earned the right to, if you're debating on whether or not to call a ball or a strike and it's Verlander on the mound, you got to give the 42-year-old, the nod. That's, if it's close, call it a strike. And I think he got squeezed a little bit.
He did. That ump was being a pain in the ass, dude. His strike zone was microscopic. Yeah.
And by the way, just because we were I don't know, I had a dark day the other day where the Tony's top 3, I was talking about who's going to commit the first Giants error.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And I said Fitzgerald, and he ended up committing the first error today. So,
well, you forecasted that one accurately, my friend.
I'm glad we're done with that, though. I'm glad they were the only team left in Major League Baseball that hadn't committed an error before today. So, I'm glad that we got that over with, and hopefully they can get a run across here and get a W at the home opener. But I don't think anybody saw 8-8 through 8 innings and 29 hits total in the game, 13 for Seattle and 16 for the Giants. Kind of a nutty. Dude, this is like, if you look at the box, or if you look at the lineup sheet in the dugout that Bob Melvin's like, it's crossed out all over the place. It's got X's and checks and so it's I'd love to get a picture of that. Actually, I love that stuff because you got to get creative in an 8-8 ball game,
Well, great vibe out there at the yard today. Looks like a full house. Looks like everybody's having a great time. And again, we will keep you posted as this thing goes. But right now we're top 9. We're locked up at 8, and Giants are going to get their last licks in a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, Tony, Golden State Warrior basketball. Something funny happened last night. I was out to dinner, and when I got home, I missed like the first quarter and a half. So I tuned in like maybe 7 minutes left in the second quarter, and immediately my phone's blowing up. It's Creative Tony going, dude, did you see that shit LeBron just pulled? And I didn't. I'm like, no, what did I miss? So I was texting you furiously, and then I settled in and watched the rest of the game, and what a ball game.
I think I followed my text up with he's acting like he blew out his knee.
Well, dude, for those now, I stuck it in bookmarks today. Do you want to pull that out just to show?
I'll pull that up. While you describe it, I'll pull it up. We'll just do one bookmark today, but I'll pull it up.
Okay, so this is the sequence Tony was up in arms about last night. I think it was in the first quarter, early second last night. There's a transition going on. The play is being rushed down to the other side of the court, to the other end of the court rather, and it's the Lakers' offensive possession. LeBron James basically just runs into Jonathan Kuminga, kind of from behind,
but no foul called. No foul called.
There was no foul. There was no nothing. It was an incredibly mild. I wouldn't even call it a collision. It was like they kind of brushed up against each other. Then LeBron throws his arms up like he's been shot again. Dude falls to the ground in a heap and laid there for 20 effing seconds. Dude, look at this guy. Look at this S.
Watch this. Yeah. And by the way, I think the Lakers made a 3 on this play. Didn't Reeves make a 3 on this play?
I don't know. LeBron James never got back on D. He just kind of laid there for 20 minutes.
But it's an offensive foul on LeBron James. That's what pissed me off the most, is that it's an offensive foul on LeBron James, and he's writhing on the floor like he just blew out his ACL. Here we go.
Watch your boy go down. Look at this.
And then, Reeves makes the 3. So that should have been an offensive foul on LeBron.
Look at him, dude. Look at him.
Pounding the floor.
Look at him.
Everybody stop the game.
He's faking. The whole thing is a fake job. There's no reason.
Look at Curry's not even giving him time. I love Curry's just like Curry.
We're trying to play ball here. We're trying to play.
Curry's like, I've seen this before.
Yeah, look at this.
I bet you even the trainers are like, what is this, LeBron? Here, I'm going to go back to, watch this.
And by the way, notice how not one of his teammates come to his aid. Not one Laker goes over to check on him. Not one.
Man. It is such a trip. But watch, Paulie, watch how he just goes in. It's the very beginning of the play, but look at, you see him right there?
I see him. Look at, there's nothing. Look,
he goes in and he hits Kuminga.
Yeah.
Boom, knocks Kuminga. And then, falls to the floor.
He decides I'm going down. Yeah.
Dude, Le Flop at his finest. Le Flop at his finest. I mean, it's just.
This is exactly why Michael Jordan doesn't want to give him the time of day, because Jordan would have, neither would Magic, and you don't see Steph Curry doing this kind of nonsense. You don't really see anybody doing this kind of nonsense, although his teammate Luke is a hell of a flopper too, and it's very unbecoming because he's such a great, for both of them, they're such great players, and I don't even know if they realize or care that every time they pull a stunt like this, it's just a bad look for them. It's a bad look for the NBA. But again, the Warriors overcame that, but that was a hell of a back and forth last night, dude. That was a great game.
Dude, it was a great game, but you talked about Luka, man. The Dubs did a great job defensively on Luka, number one. Dude, there were 2 moments in that game. There was a Luka flop because he was pissed off that they didn't call when they called the foul on Luka when Curry hit a 3 or shot a 3. And then the next possession, Luka flops untouched. Again, Guy Santos is guarding him, but untouched, and he flops and he gets the call. It's like, it's ridiculous, man, that they have to resort to that kind of crap. And then Curry, dude, what was it in the third quarter? He put Luka on skates. Did you see the move where he did a crossover on Luka and just
fantastic? Fantastic. I love when he does shit like that. I still think the crown jewel for that moment, like, is the year that he put Chris Paul like on his back legs and he had Chris Paul falling over backwards. Like, but I love when Steph does that. And Steph was like, again, getting roughed up all night long, really not getting any love. He got to the line a few times, but again, you're seeing that blueprint of just really physical defense on Steph Curry. And but again, the Warriors just answered the bell. They came out with another huge win. Tony, I'm telling you what, as these games kind of unfold, and they got 2 more big ones like you talked about, Denver tonight, Houston Sunday, I'm really starting to believe in this group. I mean, I really, really am. I'm starting
Me
to feel
too.
like this group can really do some damage. And by the way, dude, did you see your boy, Creative Tony's boy, Ja Morant, was at it again with the guns? Did you see this shit?
Dude,
He
no,
did
I
it again.
not.
They just fined him. They fined him $75,000.
Good.
Dude, this is the day after he was doing this loaded gun shooting at the Warrior bench thing. The NBA goes, hey, we're going to investigate this. The next day, they're playing Miami. He effing does it again 3 times. Three times. He's running down the court, which is a great message for the kids, by the way.
Oh, totally.
It's great to bring your young son and see, like, Dad, why is he shooting guns at the team? Well, son, that's how we like to do it here. You know what I mean? Like, how do you even answer that? So anyway, the NBA stepped in and said, hey, guess what, Ja Morant? You can write us a check for $75,000. He has been suspended from the league twice for gun-related offenses.
Cool.
Now he's out here getting fined again. His gun antics have already cost him $8 million in salary and a lengthy suspension. I don't think he gives a shit. Like, he clearly, he just doesn't care.
It just makes me sad. It makes me mad and sad. And, you know, I watch a lot of sports with my kids. And, you know, I always try and say, look at a guy like Steph Curry. I used to say, look at a guy like Buster Posey, Brandon Crawford, great role models. But then you have that where you know, I don't even know how to explain it, because what good does that do?
Nothing.
There's no good. There's no good to it. You know what's good though, Paulie? And a horrible segue, but you know what's really good is
what?
When Pods is dropping 8 threes, dude, and 28 points, or when Kuminga is bringing 18 off the bench, dude, or even Kevon Looney with great minutes off the bench with boards. I mean, like, dude. And Guy Santos with good minutes off the bench. And dude, again, this is without GP2, who I really like GP2. So
we all do.
Come back. I think he's day to day. By the way, I don't know if he's playing tonight. I know he's day to day. Dude, that was just like Dub's depth, dude, and strength and numbers and all that. I mean, it's all there.
Tony,
it's all there.
Only because we appreciate and celebrate a great riff here in the Polymath Particle community. I got to shout out my guy, Scott D, who goes, hey, perhaps he was just shooting at the walls of heartache. Dude. Bang, bang. I am the warrior. Scott, text of the day, my man. Text of the effing day. Shooting at the walls of heartache. Bang, bang, dude.
Or maybe he was shot down in a blaze of glory. What more references, Paulie, of
AC/DC shoot to thrill. AC/DC shoot to thrill. Yeah.
How about did more Bon Jovi, shot to the heart? And
you're to blame. Yeah. You're to blame, pal. Okay, get that straight. And by the way, I got no problem with Scandal. I'll rock with Patty Smythe if I have to. I got no problem.
100%. And you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna rock with ABC and shoot that poison arrow through my heart, Paulie.
See, now you're fucking talking. Now you're talking on a Friday.
That poison arrow through my heart.
Shoot that poison arrow with that little keyboard line.
Yeah, I think I just spit, dude. I just spit on the monitor.
You go ahead. It's a Friday happy hour. I'm getting loose now, too. And by the way, what in God's name were we thinking in the 80s where that was like the shit you turn on the radio? That's what you're getting. Shoot that poison arrow through my heart.
All day. All day.
Who is that, by the way? Who's singing shoot?
ABC. Okay.
Respect.
Not ABC, Another Bad Creation, the hip hop dudes. ABC with just Poison Arrow. So,
and by the way, Patty from Napa coming in with a good final note on the whole Scandal tribute that we just unfolded for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. That Patty Smythe, and that's not Patty Smith, Patty Smythe. She's married to John McEnroe to this day. They've been married for like 30 years.
Really?
Did you not know that, Tony?
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's Mac's wife, Patty Smythe. They got married some years back.
Dude, I had no clue. Jeez,
imagine like John McEnroe in the kitchen, dude, in the morning, like Patty Smythe is like pouring the OJ, and he's like complaining, like, you cannot be serious, like screaming at her in the kitchen about the OJ and the coffee and shit. That's how I envision it. All right. By the way, we are now segueing into the bottom of the ninth. We're still locked up at 8-8. We're going to go ahead and keep you guys posted as we go along. Now, Tony,
remember when it was the 9th inning, Paulie? Remember the 9th inning, not the 9th, but the 9th?
Shout out Smoke on the Water. Still one of my favorite kind of entrance songs for a closer of all time. There's just something about that, dude. The evil riff. Wah, wah, wah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then comes running. I loved it.
Sanchi, by the way, has a good question, because what I was confused about with Patty Smythe was what happened to Tatum O'Neal with John McEnroe. So I have to ask the same question. Didn't McEnroe and Tatum O'Neal have like a little dance?
A tryst, if you will, Tony.
Something.
Well, yeah, they did, but like a lot of those marriages of that time, I mean, they're not going to last too long. I think their thing was a brief thing, kind of fell all apart. She was a movie star, he's a tennis star. So yeah, they were a couple, but it didn't last too long. But I love Johnny Mac, dude. I really do.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
Me too, dude. You want to talk about like rocking? Few people could rock a headband like McEnroe could back in the day in the tennis world. Because now you see headbands now, like Austin Reeves was wearing one last night. I'm like, you know what?
He looked like a douche. No, see, he was making me mad with that headband.
I gotta give him credit though, man. Because during the game, I'm like, God, he's having a quiet game. And all of a sudden, bam, bam. And dude, Reggie Miller and Kevin Harlan were having so much fun. Where Reggie Miller's like, Kevin, are you getting tired of saying good or it's good? And Harlan's like, no, I'm not tired.
Harlan rules, dude. I freaking love Harlan. I love him.
He's incredible.
And by the way, while we're doing this, you know who else I actually enjoy, but it seems like most people I talk to don't like this guy. I'd love to know where you stand. Dude, I like Reggie Miller on the mic, but apparently a lot of people don't, which I'm not sure I understand. I think he's really good.
Is it because he was really good and people just didn't like? I don't know. He used to school a lot of people on the court. I don't know. I mean, why would you not like Reggie Miller? He's good on the mic. He's good. He has good input, and he's funny too. I think he's funny.
Yeah.
Also, Paulie, I got to tip my cap, which I rarely do.
Sure.
But I felt like for the most part, I felt like the officiating was not bad last night. I was like, it could have been worse. I thought. I really did. I thought it was like, you know what? It's not that bad. They missed that call on LeBron. They let him writhe in pain, like if he just as if he just was a victim of John Morant's
air rifle. Yeah, nice, Tony. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's my air rifle. Yeah,
totally. Oh, you got me. Anyways, so I just want to say, tip my cap to the refs. I thought they did a pretty good job.
Yeah,
and then I also, dude, I just got to say, man. Here's some stats for you. Ready for some stats?
Sure. Give me some stats. I got some stats too. Go ahead. Yeah.
The Warriors this year are now 40-4 when they're leading after 3 quarters.
Beautiful.
So that is a great stat.
Yeah.
They're 19-2. I think with the Butler Curry combo, I believe. I could
Incredible.
Be wrong on that.
Incredible.
And then, dude, when Moody starts this year, 24-4.
That's incredible. That's a crazy stat right there.
How about that, dude? When Moody starts. And also, by the way, the Lakers were 29-9 at home before last night.
Yeah, it's a big win, dude.
29-9.
Yeah.
That was a huge win and a message sent, dude. Like they were up by 13 at one point, like 15. I was like, dude, this is great. I'm loving this.
I do wonder a little bit tonight, Tony, about how much they're going to have left in the tank. Right. Oh, Giants have a runner on second, by the way. I can't tell who, but they got somebody on. Someone's on second base already. So
that's that the kid who
it's Bailey.
Made the team.
Bailey.
No. Yeah, but the kid, he's pinch running for him. It's the kid they brought up, and FP St. Angelo is a big fan. Koss, it's that kid Koss. Koss. He made
you're right.
team.
I see him. Yeah, Koss running for Bailey. That's right.
Yeah,
okay.
He made the team.
By the way, Koss on third base now. Wild pitch. And now he's on third. He's on third.
Let's go. Ooh, it almost got Fitzgerald in the dome.
Okay.
See, again, Paulie, Fitzgerald was showing bunt, or is that Bailey? No, it's Fitzgerald. He was showing bunt, and the pitcher freaked out, and it's causing chaos. Wild pitch. Look at it, dude. See, small ball has returned, Paulie. Small ball has returned.
I'm telling you right now, I'm going to go ahead and if the Giants pull this off while we're doing the show today, I got to credit the Particles. I mean, I really do, because it was like they were waiting for us to get on the air before they started getting their shit together. But I love this. We got a guy on third with no outs, bottom of the ninth. We'll keep you posted. Yeah, shout out to Koss. Dude, we got to do some Koss's boss. We got to do something with his name. Yes.
Totally.
Yeah.
And by the way, I would like Dom to make a sticker for just small ball. I want a PMP small ball sticker. We're going to figure that out, or a logo or something for small ball, because I can't get enough.
Hey, by the way, speaking of stickers,
bunts. Bailey and Fitzgerald back-to-back bunts early on in the game today. I lost my shit watching the game. I was like, yes, one bunt. Oh, another one. This is great. Sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. I love the enthusiasm. And by the way, speaking of stickers and swag, I got my Paulie's Punks right here, just in case. In case I need to flash a badge. And Rags, I saw you earlier today asking when you're going to get the shipment. All your stuff is coming next week. I got all my East Coast friends taken care of. So you're going to have a package coming in the mail next week.
Shallow fly ball. Sorry, Paulie. Shallow fly ball.
No, you're good. Let us know. Dude, your eyes and ears.
Does not tag. Koss did not tag. He stays at third. And by the way, Rags needs to know.
Yeah.
Sorry. But Rags needs to know his glossy is in a frame on the shelf at Longbridge.
It'll stay there, and that's where it'll stay. Yeah,
it's not going anywhere.
With the Tony's top 3 that nobody knows how to do except Rags. I still don't know how to do
trying
that.
to explain it. By the way,
it's too complex. It's too complex.
John Joseph, you're on the money. Steal home, John Joseph says, and I'm like, dude, I'm not thinking steal home, but I'm thinking, can we run a safety squeeze, or can we go back to like Roger Craig ball, and when it's like safety squeeze or Dusty Baker ball with the suicide squeeze. I mean, that's the kind of baseball I love, where the strategy involved. And by the way, now is this Adames coming up?
We got guys on the corners now. We got a runner on first base too.
Because they're trying to set up the double
Wade,
play.
Lamont Wade was intentionally walked. You got one
out. Smart
and
move by Seattle.
You got Cost waiting on third. Just somebody give him a sack fly. Let's go home. That's all. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah. Well, maybe you do. Yeah. Anyways, we'll see what happens. By the way, Paulie, I wanted to tell people also, this is episode number 61. So I'd like to shout out Jesse Sapolu.
All day.
Number 61.
All day.
Just a total gratuitous mention. Has nothing to do with anything that we're talking about today, except for the fact that this is episode 61 and just the love that we have for Jesse Sapolu and 49 and the 49er O lineman, just extraordinaire. Like
I'm pretty sure, Tony. I think that he played every position on the O line at one time or another. They used to move. McKittrick used to slide him around all the time, like every year. I remember. I think his final years with the Niners, he was playing center. Remember, he was.
He did do some center. He definitely did some center, man. I could not love him enough. And so, episode 61. Thank you, PMP Army, for being with us along this ride. Hey, episode 100, we got to do something. Episode 100, we got to do something, Paulie.
For sure. Now, Tony, I wanted to give you a couple of stats from last night as we're waiting for the Giants to wrap this up. Steph Curry good for 37 points last night. The game before that, he was good for 52. So if you do some quick arithmetic, how about this? Steph Curry, last 2 ball games, 89 blanking points, dude, in the last 2 games.
Years old, Paulie.
Well, that's why we were talking about age yesterday and how I totally disregard that when it comes to Steph Curry, because I don't feel like I'm watching a 37-year-old veteran in the NBA. I feel like I'm watching like a kid with young 29, 30-year-old legs. I really do.
You're not going to like this either, Paulie, but I was tipping my cap, and I wasn't even wearing a cap at the time, but I was doing the motion.
Figuratively,
to the self-proclaimed king, because he did knock down some threes. He did penetrate to the lane. He had a good game. He played really well, and I'm like, damn it, he's still good, even though he's a prima donna, even though he's he drives me insane.
Me too. And that's like the worst part of his game, because he is such a great player. And the fact that he feels like he needs to fake injuries and hold up the game, that's why people have a problem with him. If he would just let his game do the talking, I think we'd all be cool with him.
Yes.
But again, like all the freaking histrionics and the dramatic, I'm falling, I've been hit. Like, dude, cut the S with that. Just cut the S.
When he was writhing on the floor, I'm like, damn, dude, something must have really
Nothing happened.
And then they went to commercial. They went to freaking commercial.
We'll be back after this medical break. Yeah.
Dude, and then they came back, and Harlan's like, oh, it looks like he's got the wind knocked out of him. I'm like, dude, really? Yeah. And by the way, why is LeBron just able to just yell at refs in their face, and the refs just like, oh, cool. They just cool. Okay, gotcha. Cool.
Because he's more powerful than the commissioner. Essentially, he's more powerful than Silver. He essentially runs the whole freaking league.
By the way, okay, so 2 outs. Adames popped up. So Jung Hoo Lee is up right now. 0-1 count, just so you know. We might be heading to extras, probably.
Okay, well, that's fine. You know what's going to be wild, too? Because Tony, actually, just to make an announcement, we really do have to wrap it at 5:30 today, because Tony has a Little League game to get to, and I want to make sure I've been there and I know what you're going through. I want to make sure you're on time. So we only got 30 minutes left in the show. Tony, it is possible, if this shit continues, I'm going to end the show and go right back downstairs and watch the end of the Giants game. If this keeps up, and then I'll go right into the Warriors at 7. But in the meantime,
by the way, I mentioned this is episode 61. Patty from Napa commented, what are we doing for episode 69? Oops, I might have had a few Chardonnays. Sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it, Patty. Good for you.
You know what I mean? Hey, listen, if you guys...
That's what the happy hour is for, Paulie. That's what it's for.
I might have had a couple of Chardonnays. Hey, listen, whatever. By the way, Giants runners on second and third now. So Wade is on second. There's still... Is there still no outs, Tony?
No, 2 outs. 2 outs, 1 and 2 count. Jung Hoo.
I got to refresh.
Shit, no, all good. Yeah, refresh.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens here with the pitch to Jung Hoo. Foul ball, dude. Jung Hoo, man. I'm a fan just because of the way he stays alive. He's a contact guy. And by the way, my hat is we're the Giants in San Carlos Little League, and we wear the Rest in Peace City Connect uniform. So rest in peace to this hat.
Yeah.
And by the way, did you notice that Adamas uses a purple glove? Was Adamas tipped off to the City Connects long before anybody else, where he's like, I'm going to get a purple glove to match the new City Connect BS.
First of all, a couple quick things on the color purple, okay? Yeah. I mean, the color purple really has no business in San Francisco sports history with any of our teams. Warriors, Giants, Niners, Raiders, A's, Sharks. I don't care. Line them up. Dude, you can go back to the 70s, trot out the San Francisco Seals if you want to. And they were going green and gold. Yeah, Seals hockey, Tony. Catch it. So I don't know what the purple, you know what I mean? I don't know what the purple glove is about. I was hoping maybe you could explain it. Is that a foreshadow?
I honestly think that he got a glimpse of the City Connects. He's like, oh, cool. I'm going to get a purple glove then, too. And by the way, Jung Hoo Lee just grounded out, ending over. We're going to extras.
We're going to extras. Okay.
Going to extras, which is kind of fun for the crowd there to the home opener. Dude,
by the way, Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. What the hell?
I mean, maybe Sons of Johnny LeMaster needs to make a quad to PMP. Button or a quad of Polymac Particles buttons, because he used to make those for he made them for you guys, he made them for Kate Scott, Matt Mayoko, a bunch of people. Anyways,
I like how wound up you are today, Tony. You're like highly caffeinated this hour of the afternoon. I like this. It's
been a long day. It's my daughter Olivia's birthday, and she's not feeling so hot, so we had to go to the little urgent care this morning, but everybody's cool. Everybody's cool.
Dude, I got to tell you too, just for those who don't know and haven't seen, Tony's daughter is she is so gorgeous, man, and she's such a cute kid. Please tell her Uncle Paulie says happy birthday. And when I see her, I'll take care of her properly in terms of birthday kind of gifts and things like that. Because, you know, every time I see Tony's kids, I got to slide them a fin, as they say in Boston.
Totally.
Each of them get a $5. And I always whisper to them, I'm like, don't tell your parents about this. Go put this in your bank. I keep it like our little thing. Yeah.
Paulie, it's so old school and reminds me so much of my grandparents, how you slip them cash.
Oh, yeah. Because that's not for you. It has nothing to do with the business between me and them. And
the kids rarely see cash anymore. So it's just great that they get the cash. It's the best. It's the best. And by the way, she turns 10, so double digits. Big birthday today. So
she's so cute, man. Well, to give her my very best and tell her I hope she has a happy birthday. Is she going to go to the game? She's going to stay home, I hope, right?
She's going to chill. She's going to chill.
Yeah, let her watch freaking Nemo or whatever. What are they watching now? I don't even know what kids watch.
Actually, dude, earlier today, she got me hooked on watching this show on Netflix called like the $1 Million Liar or something, where it's like a challenge to find out who. Everybody gets a case. Everybody gets a case in their room, and they're living at this mansion in Canada, and everybody lives in separate rooms for like the duration of the show, and they get a case in their room. And one case has the $1 million, and the other people have to guess who has the $1 million every episode. It's wacky, and she got me sucked into it. So we watched like 4 episodes this morning.
Oh, yeah. It's got to be tough to be sick on your birthday. But anyway, she's the best, dude. And I want to get you to your game on time. So we still got to. Why don't we unfurl the brackets? Because we got to do brackets. We got to do the musical assignment of the week and a brand new feature I want to introduce or reintroduce to our audience today regarding the particle pick. We're rebranding that and reintroducing it. So, Tony, what goes first? We do brackets first?
Yeah, we can do brackets first. I just want to ask you quickly before, did you see who was in the house that Curry went and said hello to right at the end of the game last night? Did you catch that? And I believe he gave him his jersey.
No, I did not see this. Who was it?
David Beckham and Curry, I guess, are like buds. And they were acting like it was like they were like good buddies. I'm like, that's kind of a cool little kinship right there. Yeah. And I guess Curry gave Beckham, and Beckham still just looks like, you know, he just looks great.
Yeah.
I wish I was in his shape, man.
Oh, don't we all? Don't we freaking all? Yeah. You ain't alone, pal. Yeah. You know what I mean?
All right, well, let's get to the bracket, because I want to do the rebranding of our particle pick and
you got it.
Assignment. And we can also give live updates too. We have one out, by the way, top of the 10th.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, I totally forgot about the extra inning bullshit. I totally forgot about it.
Oh, is there a guy on third already? Wait, what's going on here?
Yeah, because the runner on second.
They got a guy on effing third base with one. This is baseball's got to cut the shit. They got to cut the shit.
I always 2 teams that battled their asses off all freaking game. It's a 3-hour melee, and it's 8-8, and the game's going to be decided on some bullshit like this. This is it just destroys the game. Manfred's got to go.
By the way, you're talking about Beckham a second ago. I just happened to glance over at the text line. Here he comes. Here's Panaki. Shout out Posh Spice. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, you're right. Hey, Panaki, he landed himself a world class high profile bride. But on the other hand, she landed a high profile world class husband. So it's like one of those mutual stardom marriages. Yeah.
Power couple. Did they procreate, by the way? I hope they did, because that's a power power child. If
they'll be like super children, if they do, super kids, super friends, all that shit. Yeah.
Oh, dude. All right, we can get into the bracket, Paulie.
Yeah,
let's share the bracket, because I think we're down to the Elite Eight.
And while you're doing this, I just want to tell the audience this whole runner on third thing is making me very uncomfortable. They already got a runner. Yeah,
I mean, like, I feel like also too, like, everybody is like gone the long haul, gone the distance in this game, and there's gonna be a winner, because of a runner put on second base. It's just the worst freaking rule ever.
Nobody likes it. I don't know any baseball fans that actually like that rule. I don't know who they're doing that for, or who they're trying to service by doing that.
Dude, and the beautiful thing is that I liked that 18-inning game against the Nationals where Belt went deep would have never happened in this day and age, dude. Like, I mean,
good call. It's
just, anyways. So here we go, Paulie. So, I you know what? I want to get right into man.
Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, man.
You see what I'm sharing here, Paulie?
Yes.
Okay, so do you want to go Dodger fans versus Brittany Mahomes? That's our first.
I do. Great perfect place to start, Tony.
Perfect. Go.
Well, I'm going off the gut, and I'm going off. No, I'm not going to give you a whole lot of scientific detail or breakdown or analyses. I'm just going to say I can't stand the sight of Brittany Mahomes. And they don't like, at least I have some control over when I want to like subject myself to Dodger fans. Like, I know, all right, if I go to a giant Dodger game in San Francisco, I'm gonna have to deal with it. There's gonna be Dodger fans there. Or if I'm watching a game and I'm down at Dodger Stadium, I can tune out. Dude, they don't give you a choice when you're watching the NFL. You're gonna get Brittany Mahomes, whether you like it or not. And then her obnoxious tweets defending her husband because how dare the Eagles sack him in the Super Bowl. You know what? F all that noise.
Dude, I'm seeing a lot of Brittany Mahomes in the comment line too. I mean,
we're all agree. No, this is something we all agree on. So, Tony, let me go ahead on the behalf of everybody. Tony, at the behest. I've never used that word on the show before. I feel very important. At the behest of all of our friends in the comments line, Tony, would you be good enough to advance Brittany Mahomes, unless you want to build a case for the Dodger fans, which I will listen to?
No, I don't. I mean, we've talked about why the Dodger fans advanced this far. But like Mark Graves says, advance Mahomes. Can't have Dodgers win anything in our bracket. So
okay, who said that?
Even if it's Mark Graves. Mark Graves,
I feel you, brother. I feel you. Yeah. See, look at Corinne. Corinne from Fairfax is one of the sweetest women on the planet. She's saying you got to advance Brittany Mahomes. So once you got Corinne on board, you know this is going to be a slam dunk. Yeah.
Hey, also speaking of Corinne, I got your photo, by the way. She represented the PMP Army with the T-shirt at Oracle Park this morning. So great
thanks,
job,
Corinne. Thank you, dear.
Great job.
Yeah,
Great job.
And same goes with Dom Peralta. If you're wondering where he is today, Dom is at the ballpark as we speak, and he was rocking the PMP shirt too. So thank you, Dom, and thank you, Corinne. We freaking love you guys. We love all you guys on the line. We really do. Shout out Los D too. I talked to my man Los on the phone this morning. Always great to catch up with Los. Yeah. So okay, so Brittany Mahomes advances. Tony, I'm going to let you tackle the. Oh, can I hand off? Can I give you Sirianni Mahomes? The Mahomes flop. Take it, Tony. You take it.
You know what I'm going to do, Paulie? I'm going to make this quick too, because Mahomes flop slide has to advance, because it's like he's the football version of LeBron, where it ruins the game. It shouldn't be part of the game. And imagine being a defensive player having to try to defend this BS. And Nick Sirianni, I got to go with what Kate Scott. When Kate Scott will vouch for somebody,
right?
I got to say, okay, all right, I'll give it a nod. And he is Italian. I'm Italian, so we have that commonality. I know you're.
Hey, Paisan, sure. Have some biscotti. Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
So the worst of the two is without question the Mahomes flop. Without question in my mind. So I would like to advance the Mahomes flop, unless somebody is like just burning. Although Rags probably wants to see Sirianni in the final, I'm guessing.
Well, listen, Rags, you got to go with your own gut. No, because Rags has his own problems with Sirianni, but I'm with you, dude. The Mahomes flop is so freaking annoying, obnoxious. It is. It's like the equivalent of LeBron James flopping around on the basketball court. By the way, I think did they retire the did they retire?
They must have. They
Seattle?
must have, because we're at break.
All right, we're going bottom 10. We're going bottom 10, guys. Still tied up at 8-8. So I have no problem with you advancing the Mahomes flop. Zero.
I feel like there's going to be something Mahomes related in the final, because the next matchup is the Dallas Cowboys or Pat Mahomes.
I want to do it right now. Let's finish up this whole. Let's finish up this whole. Look at how many different categories he's in too. Mahomes as a human. Mahomes as flop. Mahomes as wife. Like everybody's involved.
Mahomes as a human.
Yeah, just as because that's him at number 19, the 19 seed. That's just him as a human being a douche. I got to say, Tony, as I look at the state of the Dallas Cowboys, I got to be totally honest with you. Like, the Niner-Cowboy rivalry, to me, is not exactly at like a fever pitch right now. You know what I mean? Like the last few times they played, the Niners have handled them every single stinking time, and the Cowboys
because probably Dak's gonna Dak. Right,
Dak is going to Dak. You can always
rely on Dak throwing a couple picks. Thank you, Dak. And just horrible picks where it's like he's throwing it right to the DB.
I don't know what he's thinking sometimes. I know. No, it works out well for us. It works out well for us, but I don't know what he's thinking sometimes. And then meanwhile, Jerry Jones gave him like the key to Texas. He's like, "How much money do you want, Dak? Take it all. Take it all." But anyway,
by the way, you know, okay, so the Cowboy Jerry Jones is the factor that has me like debating Mahomes or the Cowboys, because dude, Jerry Jones flew his freaking helicopter onto their practice field. He landed their helicopter in the middle of their practice.
I've seen it.
Like,
I
don't know, but though if you listen to John Lynch talk about Jerry Jones, he talks about how much Jerry Jones has actually done for the NFL.
Yeah, sure. No,
football. So okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Well, now all that being said about that, I think my ultimate point about the Dallas Cowboys right now is they're really not in a position. They're not in a high profile place. They're kind of lost in the NFC East right now, looking up at Philly, looking up at Washington too, bro. Here come Washington next year. Watch out for those guys. So I think that for me, I got to advance Mahomes. It's actually a no-brainer. It's actually a freaking no-brainer.
It is because of the current state of affairs, I would say.
Yes.
If this was back like early to mid 90s, I would, and Mahomes was in, if we could go put Mahomes back in time, I would still take the Cowboys because of my hatred for the Cowboys in the 80s and early to mid 90s, dude. Oh my God.
But that's what I'm saying. You remember how intense it was back then, dude?
Yes.
It's nothing like that now. It's nothing like that. So,
by the way, Chapman leading off. By the way, Chapman had a nice bomb earlier in the game.
He did. He can end this thing with one swing. Send everybody home with one swing. That could happen anytime now.
So Jung-Hoo Lee's the runner on second base. 1-1 count to Matt Chapman. We will keep you updated in the PMP sports.
And only because Dom is at the ballpark right now, we're not going to be able to actually write in the advancements, but we'll get to that on Monday. We'll update the
basically
board
just
for you.
Advance anything Mahomes related, basically.
Well, that's ultimately where we're all going. And Tony, do we have time to fill out a couple on the other side? Or
okay, well, so we have. Let's
we're
pick.
There. Okay.
Yeah, we're almost to the final four. We're almost to the final four. So,
well, then maybe we should do a little more work on the right side, because it looks like we're behind the status of the left.
No, we're good. We're good.
That's
we advanced Mahomes. We advanced Mahomes flops, and then also actually Brittany Mahomes made it to the final four.
Dude, so I want Brittany Mahomes facing off with her stupid husband in the final four. It's a Mahomes death match. Yeah. And then by the way,
And then Monday, I think Monday we can get into the remaining matchups, because we have sliding oven mitts against digital tickets, and we have torn Achilles versus couples therapy. Those are the matchups we need.
Go back. Let me take one last look at the right-hand side, because I want to just check something on the upper. If you slide me over to the right. Yeah, so look at this. This next round, dude, it'll be Mahomes' flop taking on Mahomes the human. So which do you hate more? Like what his antics, or just him like walking onto the field?
The voice, the hair, or the
how about the one clip I sent you last year when Max Crosby was rushing? He was rushing Mahomes. Mahomes gets rid of the ball, and basically Max Crosby gives him a little shot, and I stress a little shot, just kind of bumps into him, and Mahomes was mic'd up. He's like, "Hey, dog, what are you doing, dog? Don't hit me after the play, dog." Play's already over, dog. You can't hit me like that, dog. So he's out here bitching and pissing and moaning to Max Crosby because he bumped into him after a throw.
Oh,
These are all the reasons I can't stand that little
dude,
Muppet.
I love how much you hate Mahomes. It's amazing.
Am I alone on this, or are you with me? Because
no, I mean, I definitely dislike him, but I don't think as much as you do. I think
I know I have a problem. I do. I realize I'm overboard. I really do.
Hold on, here we go. Corinne is a super. Corinne, by the way, Lily Merchant and her crew were at the public house too. Lily was rocking her shirt too. Nice, Lily.
I told you, Lily's a gangster. I told you, Lily Merchant. She's a freaking gangster with her whole crew there. All right, Tony.
So Paulie, I'm going to stop the bracket. We'll resume. We'll finish the bracket. We will literally finish the bracket on Monday because Monday is also the national championship for the.
All right, so we got to wrap that up. Yeah, we got to find our own national champion for the first ever bummer bracket. And something tells me the last name of the winner is going to be Mablanken Holmes. Okay, on Monday, but maybe not. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. I'm not sure. And next year,
sports desk update. I think Chapman Cade. So it's 1 out, runner on second base, 0-1 count right now, Paulie. 0-1.
By the way, 30 hits now totaling in the game. 14 for Seattle, 16 for the Giants. Dude,
you know what? I'm going to make a call here, dude. I'm going to make a call. Unless they put Ramos on base, I'm going to make a call that Ramos clutches up and comes through here. Because the one thing I've noticed this year so far, a difference between this year's club and last year's club, Paulie, is the clutch hitting, the timely hitting that these Giants are getting so far this season. Even in just this game, Ramos clutched up. Jung-Hoo Lee clutched up with runners on base. Lamont Wade. Do you remember last year how many times the Giants could not get? They went through streaks. Oh, they're like 0 for 20. They're 0 for 30
with runners in score. Yeah, it was tough. I know.
Dude, they're getting a lot of good clutch hitting so far this season, and I'm making a call that Ramos clutches up here and comes through.
Well, Ramos has had a great day. Ramos is 3 for 4 as it is already. He's done great. So
how about the thighs of an Elliot Ramos, dude? How about the thighs?
Once again, shout out to Aerosmith, Lord of the Thighs, and shout out to AC/DC. You shook me all night long, knocking me out with those American thighs, knocking me out with those Ramos thighs, if you will, Tony. Yes.
Lily Merchant checking in saying particles were flying. That's great. Thank you, Lily. And also,
thanks, Lily. Yeah.
NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC says they should do a special bracket: Mahomes versus Lego Flowers, dude.
Nice. Very good. Very good. And by the way, John Joseph with a comment, I assume, about Tom Tolbert's brackets where he says Zodiac has snuck in for the win. I didn't see Tom's whole show. Did he finish his
I don't know if he announced the winner. I don't know. I do not know.
Well, I was watching that video, by the way, Tom posted today. He was walking his dog with the poo in the bag and all that, swinging it around
and swinging it. The garbage can Pablo. You met the garbage can Pablo today.
Dude, how about Tom just going right into the can? Right in. He's got his arm. He goes, I'm feeling something that's pretty gross right now. I was like, Tom, what are you doing, bro? I reposted that in case you want to check it out. Our brother in All Things Bay Area Sports Collective, along with Jumpin' Johnny Lunt. And by the way, if I can show our hand for just a second, I'm not going to give away too much, but I just want to say this, that our Bay Area Sports Collective family will be growing. It will be growing. There are new members of the family we're talking to right now, all kidding aside. And I'm not sure exactly when this news will hit, but in good time, you will have some new members of the Bay Area Sports Collective. I can't wait. I'm very excited. And these are familiar names. These are names that you know and love. So I look forward to that. Tony, in the meantime,
the way, I just jinxed Ramos. He just struck out looking. I jinxed Ramos.
Stop. Cut the shit, Tony. I'm blaming you for that.
Another word.
Yeah,
no. Say another word. Although Yaz is up right now.
Don't say anything about Yaz. Don't say anything about Yaz.
Yaz, they just walked him. They just walked him. Oh, they're walking him to get to Wilmer? Okay.
Oh, nice. Go ahead, piss off Wilmer. Go ahead.
Well, I know that it sets up the force play. I get it. But like, dude.
Yeah, Wilmer ain't gonna take this shit line down. I predict a Wilmer opposite field single coming up. The opposite field for the win. Here it comes, dude. Get ready. I told you. Because Wilmer don't play that shit.
Dude, Los is checking in. I mean, Los from Flex Funding is checking in. He said, good call on the clutch hits. And it all started at the watch party at Longbridge Pizza. And he said the coaching tree of Basque grows. I love it.
And by the way, what's with my guy Folsom Steve with the negative vibes? Wilmer going to strike out. I'm over here talking about opposite field base winning hits. He's like, now Wilmer's going to strike out. I hope that's not the case.
Maybe he goes from my school of thought as if you expect the worst and you can always be pleasantly surprised.
Okay, right? I'll buy that. Now, Tony, I want to keep an eye on the clock for your sake.
Yes,
so why don't
keep your eye on the money, Paulie?
as I always like to do. Shout out Theater of Pain, side 2, first track. I've been listening to it since I was 15. Tony, let me tell you this. Why don't we get into our musical assignment, and then we'll wrap the show with our new feature that we're going to reintroduce.
You want to wrap it with the new
or no, flip flop. I'll flip flop it if you want.
Let's flip flop. Let's flip flop.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got. Hey, you're in charge, bro. I'm just here, just talking. You whatever you want to do, I'm happy to do. All right. So we are now going to introduce, or should I say, we're going to reintroduce a segment that we only do on Fridays, where we call it our particle pick of the week, whatever it might be. We've talked about food that we love. We've talked about music and movies that we love. Tony, I think, came out with some clothing one day. He's like, I love this shirt. So it could be anything. But this is dedicated to my friend Tommy D'Angelo in Boston, because he called me last week and he goes, yo, Paulie, I got an idea for you. He's like, that whole particle pick you do? He goes, how about we rebrand it? And I'll try to use his voice because he's got a heavy duty Boston accent. He goes, why don't we reintroduce it and call it Particles of Impeachment? Particles of Impeachment. So now from this day forward, the particle pick will be known as Particles of Impeachment, because essentially we're picking something that we love and then we're sharing it with the audience and we're teaching you guys about it. So for Tommy D'Angelo, I dedicate this to you, Particles of Impeachment. This will be the first ever installment of that. And Tony, I'll go first because
and also, Wilmer just grounded out of it was a force at third. So now we're going to the 11.
Folsom Steve, you were right all along. You were right. I was wrong. You're smart. I'm dumb. It's like one of those things. You know, Tony was talking it. I was talking it. Our big mouths got us in trouble. Let's take this party into the 11th, right, Tony? What are we going to the 11th now? All right. And shout out the Grateful Dead, the 11, St. Stephen Arrow, the 11.
Come on. And shout out Spinal Tap. This one goes to 11. Two knobs, by the way. Two knobs that both go to 11, by the way. It's just the
And when Nigel's going over his amp, it's got the mid-range, the bass, the treble. He goes, so you're playing along all the way up, all the way up. Every knob on the fucking thing is turned up to 11. It's insane. Well, you would never do that. All right, Tony, my particle of impeachment this week, I would like to turn everybody on to a great series I'm watching on HBO. If you guys haven't seen this yet, I highly recommend it. It's called, there are new episodes every Monday. The name of the series is Celtics City. And I thought this would be appropriate since my buddy Tommy D'Angelo came up with the idea. He's a big Boston guy, big Celtic fan. This is a great history lesson on the history of the Boston Celtics and kind of a simultaneous history lesson on the city of Boston. All of the ups and downs, like the racial tension, like it's all there in this thing. And last week was part 5, and it really warmed my heart because it was when Bill Walton came. Now they're in the 80s. Like they start with Bill Russell, Bob Cousy, and they kind of build each week as like a different era. And last week they did the 80s. So it was Larry Bird, it was the Lakers, and then Bill Walton came. And Tony, I got to tell you, as a friend of Bill Walton, I still miss the guy. And I think this might be the last interview Bill ever did before he passed away. Yeah, because he's in his house, and all the drums that Mickey Hart has given him, he's like doing his interview right in front of Mickey Hart's drums. Dude. And they talk about Garcia and Larry Bird sitting backstage at a show going face to face at because Walton bought McHale, Parrish, and Bird to a Dead show. And at one point, Robert Parrish goes, I didn't know anything about the Grateful Dead. He goes, but I'll tell you the truth. I got up at one point. I started to shake my narrow behind. I was like, dude, we were laughing so fucking hard. I started to shake my narrow behind. And I'm like, it's probably Iko. That happens. But anyway,
Folsom Steve's a super. Folsom Steve, thank you. Dude, you rock too. Everybody.
I can't wait to meet Folsom Steve. I got a thing with Folsom. I like Folsom because my kids went to De La Salle, and every time they had to play Folsom up there, that was a heavy-duty, hard-hitting game, dude. So respect to Folsom football, respect to Folsom Steve, and respect to Johnny Cash live from Folsom Prison. I got that one on vinyl, by the way.
Nice, dude.
So, Tony, that's my particle pick of the week, or my particle of impeachment. My particle of impeachment is Celtic City. I love it. New episode on Monday. It'll be part 6. And again, you don't have to be a Celtic fan, which I am not. But it's a great history lesson, and it's a great look at the NBA and the Boston Celtics. Check it out. I bet you guys are going to love it. Tony, the floor is yours.
I love it, Paulie, and it's bookmarked for me as well. So
you'll love it, Tony. It's really good.
Okay, sorry. Ground ball to Adamas, 1 out, top of the 11th. It was just well hit.
Could you give me that noise again?
Well, it was a well-hit ball, 1 hopper to Adamas. Adamas made a nice play. By the way, no pressure on Spencer Bivens, by the way, trying to lock down the home opening win, and no relation to Michael Bivens. I just want to stress, by the way.
Tony, yes. You want particles on a goddamn Friday? Here they come. I swear to Christ, I'm not making this up. Bell, Biv, and effing DeVoe are
Yes.
all in this Celtic City documentary.
Come on, dude. See, there it is.
All
There
three
it
of them.
is.
All
There
three
it
of
is.
them, and they're all wearing Celtics gear. And it's kind of crazy because they talk about like the dilemma of being a black guy in Boston rooting for the Celtics. Like, because it's complex, dude. Howard
Yeah.
Bryant's on there too, speaking from the black perspective.
Ooh, I love
Because
Howard.
me too. Howard's the best. But anyway, dude, your guys, Belle Biv DeVoe, they're in the house on this Celtic City documentary. So dive in.
Oh, crap.
What happened?
Oh, he stayed at third. So base hit Mariners, but the runner stayed at third. They didn't wave him in. Holy.
Okay.
And by the way, hey, Mariners, I think the Nintendo Switch patch, why don't you just have it take up the whole front of the jersey instead of just have you seen this thing?
I did.
It's outrageous.
I did.
I mean, dude, anyways.
No, I know.
Whatever.
I'm with you. It is. It's outlandish. I know.
Whatever, man.
I love the space
right.
Tony's in today. Tony's in a great place today. I love it.
No, yeah, dude. You know, I'm just done. So my particle of impeachment. This is gonna out of nowhere. But my friend Mark, my friend Mark Wiseman here, one of my coaching buddies. He says I got a book for you that I want you to read, and he brought it over, and I started reading it. Dude, do you know the kicker, the punter for I think he's the Vikings, Chris Kluwe? Okay,
yeah,
he has a book out called
"What the hell is this?"
Beautifully Unique Sparkle Ponies, dude, and it is outrageous. And it says on myths, morons, free speech, football, and assorted absurdities. So, Paulie, I'm gonna just open it to a random page.
Go ahead.
Okay?
I love it.
Random page. This is
love
unplanned. Unplanned. Right. I'm gonna read.
Right.
I'm gonna read. Okay. Let's see. Okay. My friend sent me a text message, but before that, we had been talking about a video game that just came out. The game is called Far Cry 3. It's a first-person shooter set on a tropical island with lush foliage and abundant wildlife, as well as a band of scurvy pirates.
Scurvy, not just pirates, scurvy pirates. If
dude, when he talks about it's all over the place, man. It's a wacky. I mean, like some of the comments, it's in a league that has become one long repetitive soundbite. A guy who will actually say something meaningful is one quote. Chris Kluwe is a glimmering sparkle pony of candor is another one, and the most interesting man in the NFL. Look at it. Here's the back of the book too.
Hey, it looks like he would fit in great in the particle community. He looks like one of us, man. I like this cat. Yeah,
totally. Yeah. Hunters are people too. So yes, beautifully unique sparkle ponies, and I'm reading it right now, and it's outrageous. So that's my particle of impeachment, dude.
I appreciate it, Tony. Welcome, Particles of Impeachment. That's our new feature. And by the way, while you were talking about the sparkle horses and punters and all that shit, the bases are juiced. They're juiced. They got the bases loaded now. One out in the top of the 11.
They must have intentionally walked somebody to load the bases. I'm pretty sure they just intentionally walked somebody to load the bases just to set up the force. And one out. I'm looking at. There's a meeting on the mound as we speak. Probably I'm watching this on YouTube TV.
Okay. All right.
By the way, shout out everybody. I'm getting. I think Neil Denardi just checked in on texted me and said he's doing double barrel coverage. He's doing the. Yes, dude. He's at Longbridge right now.
Yes, Neil.
He's watching the game on one screen and he's watching our show on the other. What's up, Neil, dude?
Well,
God damn, you rule.
Thank you for checking in, Neil. And by the way, Tony, we got to move now because we got to get through to your game. So
there's a little wiggle room. There's a little wiggle room. Ish. We can do like 5:30-ish, Paulie.
Okay.
Just FYI.
Well, this musical assignment I handed out yesterday, and it was kind of new because I wanted to include our viewers and our listeners this week. So I think they sent in some email suggestions. But the idea and the assignment was to celebrate the Giants home opener. Let's just do songs where they're singing about home. Connected to home, going home, leaving home, whatever. There's a million different ways we could go on this one, but any theme involving the home is what the musical assignment is. Now, do you want to share?
Paulie, I'll share mine first, but I just found one other small little paragraph from Chris Kluwe that it's a better sharing of my particle of impeachment. He says he wraps up a chapter with, so the next time you're struck with a thought, trying to tackle a concept, or just want to explore your own mind, let yourself. Turn out the lights and go in a direction you never saw coming. Go traveling. What you find in the dark may surprise you.
Wow.
There you go.
You know what? Let's get this cat on the show. Why don't we get him on the show? Let's reach out.
That's a great idea.
He's going to want to promote the book. I want to talk to this cat. I want to talk to him about sparkle horses, whatever the hell
Sparkle
those
ponies.
are.
Sparkle ponies.
Even better.
Buddy.
Yeah, sparkle ponies, even better. Oh, Lily. Oh, watching the game with the mute. Yes, thank you, dear. Thank you. And I like your dog, by the way,
Lily.
too.
I love the multitasking of the PMP Army.
I appreciate it too. I didn't know what to expect today. I thought Tony and I would be yelling into an empty canyon, but it really warms my heart to see. Oh, look at Low Steve. Head over to Longbridge. It's already gone. He already scrolled up. I saw him for a second.
I'll find it. Leslie, head over to Longbridge if you're at the game. Yes, exactly. Leslie.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Dude,
Tony,
watch the Warrior game from Longbridge. That's what you should do. If you went to the Giants game, go to Longbridge to watch the Warrior game. Paulie. So, okay. Thank you, Lily, for the super. Much love. Much love. Let's go to musical assignment. You want me to start it, Paulie? Or do you want to
well, I would like you to. I just set it up, but I'd like you to pull the ones out of the mailbox if you want to. Share the ones.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, we have, and Patty said she sent one too on Blue Sky. So I'm trying to find that on Blue Sky. But our dear friend Noemi, by the way, Noemi, I used some of that hot sauce, the sour apple hot sauce, on my salad last night.
Kicks ass.
Fantastic.
Noemi, it's good stuff.
Fantastic. And you're right about the little tart.
Seattle just scored. They effing scored. It's 9-8. It's 9-8. Yeah.
I saw that. But also good luck to Ray and his gig tonight in Martinez. And,
go get him, Ray. Tear it up, man.
Yeah. And she said, "Bring It On Home to Me" by Sam Cooke is her
great
selection.
One. If you ever change your mind about leaving me behind. Great track. See, Noemi's got great taste on top of everything else. That's a great song, Noemi. Very nice.
No question. And Patty, if you're on the show, text us, give us the comment of what you said for your musical assignment, because I cannot find it on Blue Sky. Meanwhile, our friend Rising Wolf, he texted me and he said, Tones of Home, the track Tones of Home, from Blind Melon's first album. Is his musical assignment, which is
that
great.
Poor bastard Shannon Hoon. I feel bad about that guy, dude. You know what I mean? Like that one mishap. Yeah.
Dude, what a talented gone too soon, dude. Gone too soon, dude.
They had a lot of. There was like a Grateful Dead element to those guys. Like they did some jamming and stuff. Blind Melon. That was really unfortunate that guy had to check out when he did, and I think it was accidental. I don't think he intended to do that. It was a mishap.
No, I think so too. I think so too, Paulie. And I want to read. We got an email from where did it go? Chris Han, and Chris Han says, "Yo, Paulie Particles, please give some love to a band with the song Home from 1993 SoCal Punk's 10-foot pole."
Oh, shit.
It has nothing to do with opening day, but as a former bullpen catcher and a Bay Area punk myself, my idol is lead singer and MLB reliever Scott Radinsky. And his main band, Holy, has sold thousands of albums and they still tour. So that is from Chris Han. He sent that out on email. And then, the comments, the comments are flying with Home. So, I'd like to give an honorable mention for Mama, I'm Coming Home.
Folsom Steve's with you on that one. He threw that in there.
Say that?
Mark Graves, I'm Coming Home 10 years after. Rag, Cinderella, Coming Home. That's a great track. I like Coming Home by Cinderella. How about Monica Lopez? Monica Lopez dropping a Our House by Madness. That's another great one. Patty from Napa, Take Me Home Tonight, Eddie Money. Hell yeah. Reverse dunk for Eddie Money all the time. Take me home tonight. All right, Tony. And I
love NorCal Refrigeration knows the band 10-foot pole, and he says they're legit. Of course,
I actually don't know him. I don't know him, but I appreciate you guys.
I'm diving into them, and I'm dive into the Diodes, Diodes by John Joseph recommends the Diodes.
Okay, I wrote it down.
Really, yes, check them out, and I'll forward you the email from John. It's great. He sent a couple of YouTube clips. Thank you for that, John. All right, my musical assignment. I'm gonna get mine. So mine, the song isn't titled Home. Yeah, but I'm just going to put the record up, and it's one of my favorite records of all time, and it's my favorite Alice in Chains record, Jar of Flies.
Holy shit.
Can you see the record?
Yeah, I can.
So there you go.
I can.
And this is when they did a double. They re-released this, and they did Sap also. They released it with Sap.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Jar of Flies and Sap. And the song Don't Follow is on the album. And the song ends with basically a 2-chord jam.
Home.
With
yes. And then you got to throw in the Lane Staley. Yeah.
Exactly,
you're throwing in those yeah.
And you get the Staley Cantrell harmonies, the back and forth of those two.
The best.
Everybody talks about Pearl Jam. Everybody talks about Soundgarden. Everybody talks about Nirvana. But Alice in Chains gets left out of the conversation so many times.
No, it's criminal, dude. It's fucking criminal. They're one of the great bands of all time. I got on board late, but these guys are amazing. I've said some pretty outlandish things about how great they are in the past, but I'll stand by them. And Tony, finish your thoughts. I'm sorry, I don't want to get in your way.
No, that's it. I'm just saying that outro jam where they're talking about "Take Me Home." Take me home.
Oh, I know. Over and over again, he's screaming, "Take me home." Well, take me home. Yeah.
I got no woman. I got no that. It's just.
Don't get me going. Don't get me fucking going,
I know.
because that'll catapult me into a whole Alice in Chains weekend.
We'll dive in.
I'm going to write that down right now. Don't follow. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up, and then we're going to send everybody into the bottom of the 11th, and hopefully the Giants can find something. Tony, I don't know if you've ever seen this record, but take a look at what I've got for you today. This is a great Alice in Chains record that I have.
And Get out of here. Dude, get out of here.
And Tony, check it out. Now, I got an issue where they did both at once. So you got the EP, and then, of course, you got the same goddamn song. How about that, dude? Great minds thinking alike.
Wait a second. You're going to pick Don't Follow also?
100%. 100%. I had a whole rap. Dude, I had a whole rap prepared. But I got to tell you the truth. If you can find your way to Jar of Flies, please do yourself a favor and get this record. It's amazing. Every track on here is amazing. And Tony, once you flipped it over, I'm like, oh, it's unbelievable.
Dude,
like this guy's got the exact same copy.
Like Paulie's favorite word, transparency, full transparency. We purposely don't tell each other so we can get each other's live reaction on air.
I was hoping I could get this.
Idea.
I know.
No idea.
All right. So I'm going to give you Alice in Chains. I'm calling somebody out of the bullpen. I'm calling Steven. I'm going to call Steve Tyler out of the bullpen, right? And Steve Tyler and Joe Perry, get over here. Okay. So here comes Joe Perry running out of the bullpen. He's got a Stratocaster around his neck. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a hairpin left turn and pull this one out of thin air. So if you remember a few weeks ago, I talked about this great Aerosmith album. It was my particle pick of the week, actually. And I was talking about the Aerosmith album called Rocks. And that album is, in my mind, the best Aerosmith album of all time. But the last track on that record is a really beautiful ballad where Steven Tyler plays piano. And that one is called Home Tonight. So I'm going to go Aerosmith, Home Tonight.
Hell yeah.
'Cause I'll be home tonight. Great track. Very good Steven Tyler ballad. So I'll go Home Tonight by Aerosmith. You get to have Alice in Chains, Don't Follow, but that's insane, dude. And then the fact that you flipped it over and you got the SAP EP too, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like,
did you get yours at Red Devil?
I did.
Yeah, and I got mine at Vinyl Solutions. So we got them at our favorite record stores. And by the way, I want to address something. Los D is saying, when was the last time we saw a Suicide Squeeze from the Giants? Los D, early in the show, I was saying, give me a Suicide Squeeze or even a safety squeeze just to get the run home. They got one out right now. There's one out, runner on third. Do whatever you got to do to get him in. Just make it. Get it to the 12th at this point. Get it to the freaking 12th, dude. Because look at this. I mean, the home opener. This is crazy. The game started 4 hours ago.
I know.
4 hours.
Well, that's why I thought I was starting the show at 4:30. I thought we'd be in the clear. Right. I really did. I was like, the game will be over. We can review the game. So I'm going to say this. Since the game is actually still being played, I think we should dismiss the class, get you to your Little League game. Happy birthday, Olivia. Send everybody back into their natural habitats because I want to catch the end of this game too. So if you want to get David Lee Roth to dismiss the class, we'll send everybody into the weekend, T.
All right.
Class dismissed.
Damn it, I love that. What a great way to end the show. All right, Tony, and our outro music, if you please. Yeah.
It is.
I heard Big Dom in the background. He's getting restless. You got the sick kid on the
uniform on. He just got
it's time to go. Does he have his sliding mitts on, Tony? Is he wearing double mitts?
You know what? I got him a third one so he can have both mitts on and then put one in his back pocket at the same time. So
would you be cool if I gave Dom a gold rope chain and he can hang another sliding mitt around a gold chain so he can just wear it like an ornament? Are you cool with that?
I'll tell you what, Paulie. If you showed up with an oven mitt, what I would do is I would throw it right into the fire pit I have in the backyard and I would light it on fire.
Hey, Tony, I freaking love you, kid. And I want to tell you guys, I love everybody on the comments line. Los D, Lily Merchant, Patty from Napa, Noemi, Karen Bell, Christian Narek, HVAC, Monica Lopez. Those are the only ones I can see right now, but to the rest of you guys too, have a great weekend. Tony, you got something. Go ahead.
Final note, Paulie. Others saying, the pitch clock, we gotta speed up baseball. Yeah.
Didn't work.
The
Didn't
house
work.
is still packed at Oracle
Yeah.
Park.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, dude, stop it with this. This is great drama. This is great theater. Cut it out with trying to cut this shit short. It drives me freaking bonkers, man. Anyways.
Hey, Tony, I appreciate the passion. I appreciate you. I appreciate the Orange City Connect. You go have a great Little League game with
go.
Dom. Bring home that win. Everybody else, have a great weekend. We will see you right back here on Polymac Particles, 11 a.m. Monday morning. Got a very special Giants guest for you coming up next Thursday. I'll reveal that on Monday. And in the meantime, have a cold beer, spin one up, do whatever you want to do. Make yourselves at home and have a great weekend. Tony, go quickly.
Tyler Fitzgerald just walked. 1 out to go,
Okay.
first and third. Giants. Tyler Fitzgerald just walked.
Okay, everybody get to their TVs. That's where I'm going right now. I'm going to watch the end of this game. Go Giants. Have a great
Peace,
weekend.
y'all.
Peace, y'all. Thanks for coming today very much. We
Much
appreciate
love,
it.
everybody. Peace.